An entire shipment in the hit last month after the Zakaras went after the trucking yard and the warehouses. That means we're down for the quarter. We got to get those numbers up. So whatever we talked about, you know, reconstructing.
Yes, I started on that already.
Because I don't want my South American partners going elsewhere for. Kristina, what are you doing?
I know you're busy. You always are. I won't take much of your valuable time. I just want to go on record. You don't have to make a baby because of me.
So, I'm a little fuzzy on the details, but I'm pretty sure I owe you an apology for a conga line.
You think?
No.
How's the hangover treating you?
Freaking fantastic. And it's really mean of you to make such fun of my misery.
Oh, believe me, a splitting headache is the least you deserve.
Deserve? Was I naughty or just plain made a fool of myself?
Oh, I don't know about naughty. Coleman seemed to be enjoying himself tremendously.
Coleman?
Oh, you couldn't get enough of him, honey. If he wasn't having such a good time, he could have had you arrested for sexual assault.
Okay, I know that's your idea of a twisted joke.
Oh, you don't have to ask me. Ask anyone there. You had nothing to hide.
You know, Olivia, I think you can stop making fun of me now, because if you recall, I wasn't so drunk that I didn't recognize your child was Sonny.
Alexis! Hi. Are the girls okay?
Yes, oh no, the girls are good.
Good.
I'm here doing community service, my pro bono work, and actually it's a case that you've probably heard 1,000 times. This poor single woman who's been denied by this medical facility that I'm not going to mention the name of right now because the insurance that she's paying through the nose for won't handle her pre-existing condition.
I hate hearing that. Well, I hope you nail him to the wall.
No, I plan to. You know, this work that I'm doing, this pro bono stuff, is supposed to be punishment, and I have never felt more rejuvenated. I love this. This is why I became an attorney. In the first place, it is. To be a voice for people who wouldn't otherwise have one. I love it. I don't know how I got so sidetracked all of a sudden.
You know, it doesn't surprise me to hear you say that, because this whole DA thing never really seemed to suit you very well.
You see, an astute observer. Actually, that's why I'm going to take a chance and talk to you about something.
The ulterior motive rears its head.
No, I just... You know, I'm worried about Nicholas, and I don't want to be presumptuous at all, but I'm curious to know what your take is on him lately.
Well, I'm still not a fan of him being with Rebecca, but I've accepted that it's inevitable.
You know, and I'm not so sure that Rebecca is the problem. Really? Really. His behavior is unsettling to me. He's exhibiting classic male Cassadine traits.
What do you mean?
Well, he's distant, he's haunted, he's potentially explosive, and I'm worried that he might hurt himself. Physically? No, emotionally. That's where the Cassadines are most vulnerable. Am I going here all by myself, or do you not see any change in Nicholas at all?
I guess. I mean, yes, he's been trouble lately, and you can trace it back to when Rebecca deceived him.
I'm sorry, just for the record, I don't appreciate being gossiped about, in public no less, by two women that I'm supposed to trust.
Okay. You're angry. Is something going on at home?
Everything's fine. Thanks for asking.
Okay.
You usually don't.
I realize you feel I've neglected you, but you can't just come in here.
Don't talk to me like I'm a mental patient. It's not something I've made up in my head. I have been neglected. I never see you. You rarely call. The only reason you're making time for me now is because I caught you off guard. Oh, and because you feel guilty about what I did.
You gotta organize your thoughts because you're all over the place. I don't, you know, it's hard for me to talk.
I'll keep it simple. I ran your wife off the road and killed your baby. You feel so bad about it. You're going to have another kid you don't even want. the same way you don't want me. I'm here to ask you not to do it.
Of course, it took me a moment to recognize him. I mean, after all, I haven't seen Dante since he was a boy, but those eyes, unmistakably Sonny's.
Honey, I really don't want to do this right now, okay?
And that smile, I mean, he definitely got that from his father, right? Of course, except the dimples.
Honey, I swear to God, this is not...
Just relax, okay? I'm as sober as a judge today, and I'm well aware that Dante's paternity is not my secret to tell. But seriously, Olivia, what are you gonna do? About what? About what? About what? Just cut it, okay? Dante is in Port Charles under an assumed name, right?
I can't answer that.
Well, honey, you don't really have to. Does he know that he's out to arrest his own father?
Of course he doesn't know.
Well, do you think maybe you should tell him?
It's too late. It's too late for any of this to cause anything but complete and utter havoc for me, for Sonny, for Dante. We're too far along our path, okay? It's like my worst nightmare coming true, and I know that you told me 150 million times that this was going to happen, okay? So do it. Do whatever you're going to do. Say, I told you so.
Told her what?
I'm well aware of your inability to refrain from interfering in my life, but if you absolutely must discuss me with my friends, could you at least do it in private? Thanks.
Sorry. And I'm sorry for being indiscreet. But I'm not going to apologize for being concerned about you when you give me reason to.
Reason?
You haven't been yourself, Nicholas. Actually, far from it.
Why are you constantly analyzing my life? Don't you have enough on your plate already?
I think the better question is, why are you snarking at Alexis? Are you so annoyed that she cares about you, or are you just pissed because she nailed you? I've seen the behavior she's talking about. You've turned all cold and inward, like a cast iron.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry if I'm not living up to your expectations. I'm really doing the best I can. Well, if you're disappointed in me, maybe you can take some comfort in knowing that you're not the only one.
Obviously, you heard something that upset you. Can you tell me what's going on here?
I came by after Spinelli and Maxie's wedding. Well, they didn't actually get married, but that's not the point. I brought you a piece of cake.
Right.
I don't know what dumb thing I was thinking. That we'd grab some milk and bond.
Would that be so bad?
No, just impossible. Anyway, you were telling Mike that you didn't want to have another baby with Claudia, but you had to because it was my fault. She lost the first one.
Why didn't you tell me you were here?
It didn't feel right. But it bothered me. I was up all night thinking about it. And I had to tell you. To beg you. Don't do it, Dad.
I'm not doing that.
No matter how much Claudia wants another baby or how guilty you feel, it wouldn't be fair to the kid. To grow up knowing one of their parents didn't want them. And trust me, kids know.
If you're talking about yourself, you're absolutely wrong.
You feel an obligation to me.
What do you mean?
That's not the same as wanting or loving. You didn't even know I existed until Mom needed you to save my life.
I wanted to help. I was thrilled to have a daughter.
Maybe you really believe that, but I know it's not true. If you were so thrilled, you would have made time for me. You would have made sure that I knew you cared, but you didn't. And it's okay. I learned to live with that a long time ago. So don't stand there telling me I mean something to you. We both know I don't.
Move along, Claudia. Nobody wants